I'm going to totally start this off with a grin, which is fun because the director was entertaining me with a cute little dance before we started. So I'm smiling, and this is Bluegrass Brews. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. This one's still going to be a brewed product, still going to be from the great Commonwealth of Kentucky, but it's going to be Saki, which is really cool and amazing that, yes, believe it or not, this side of the Pacific, we had 3 souls who were brave enough to open a Saki place during COVID because they're just that brave. Justin Levon, Brandon Floan, and Joe Rice are the ones who started The Void here in the great Bluegrass state of Kentucky. Justin and Brandon are both brewers at Ethereal. I know we've talked about this in the past on the channel. Ethereal, really fun and crazy kind of brewery place. Started playing with flavors because that's what brewers do, always looking for something new. Came across Saki, which is a brewed rice. It's not rice wine, although we call it rice wine, and it's not whiskey, although the first time I had it, because I had it hot, totally tasted like whiskey. So I'll go ahead and get the hot stuff out of the way. Sure, that's how most people have gotten introduced to it. That's how I am the director. The first time I ever had it was hot. First time I remember introducing it to, we tried sushi after going to hibachi. Really enjoyed it, started enjoying and sipping and feeling comfortable. Hot Saki is like Jim Beam. It's still bourbon, it's still tasty, but it's not going to be Knob Creek or Knob Creek single barrel. It's just a different level of quality. There are more flaws you can hide with a hot Saki. It's still a wonderful place to get introduced to. On the other side of the Pacific, they do drink hot Saki. It's more seasonal to warm yourself during the winter. It's not going to be your top level Saki typically. I mean, once again, you've bought the product, you want to heat it, knock yourself out. You buy a Blanton's, you want to mix it with Ale-8, not saying I've ever done that. You do it, it's your product, but typically the stuff that they serve you hot at the sushi restaurants and the hibachi grills, not going to be the highest quality. So speaking of Saki and quality, the rice is not your normal typical table rice. You can use it, but you're not going to get quality Saki. You'll get hot Saki. And the polish of the grain, which still amazes me. I want to see the machines that polish rice grains because it just got... They polish it even finer, and the finer the polish, the higher quality of Saki you're going to get. Oh. The name of the rice is... Okay, here's my little disclaimer. I am a gaijin. I am a foreigner. I do not speak Japanese. I'm going to butcher this language. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm going to try, but it'll be wrong. And if you want to give me phonetic ways to say it in the notes, love it. Thank you. I'd appreciate it. But it is Sakami. It's Sakamai. Rice. And it's a fungus that they use called koji. And it's also used in miso and soy sauce because those are also fermented products. So they also use that to ferment the rice. It's, I could only give you this kind of level because they have. I'll try and find, I know they have it on Amazon. Hopefully they have it on YouTube. I'll find you a link to a 2-hour video going over the Saki process because it is that in-depth. It's brewing adjacent to what you do in beer because you still do warm the grains, you break down the starches using koji, but it's still a different beast, which is really cool that Joe, Brandon, and Justin kind of found this and decided to create this here in Lexington, not only in their house, to actually open a Saki brewery, which is really cool. Now, there are 2 types. Nigori is the cloudy. Shisha, once again, sorry, please forgive me. Don't get too mad. I wouldn't blame you if you did, but please don't. is the clear filtered. That's usually what you're going to have hot. So they started this year and a half ago. I don't think it's been full 2 years yet, has it?
You've been a member for 2 years though, right?
No, I think I joined as soon as they started.
During
then
COVID, the first year of COVID, probably.
First year of COVID, then I re-upped.
Okay.
So, okay, what we're talking about, I joined. They do have the Fellowship of the Void. And if you watch the link, if you caught the thing I did, Metallica Forever, Call of Cthulhu, the creature entered from the void, and that's kind of their tag, a little creature there.
Let's see if I can get in on it. There you go. Yeah.
So, since I got one and a great T-shirt and a nice pin when I re-upped, and no, I can't remember which was first, silver or white. We got a second one, so we can both enjoy. Little comment on the shirt. I really enjoyed the first one. The second one, I love nostalgia. I'm all for nostalgia. I lived through the neon age. I embraced the neon age. I'm not sure I need to go back to the neon color age. I think it's cool you did it. I love the shirt. Honestly, local, they're probably the most involved with people who are part of their club. Always have some kind of monthly events. It's just they do a really good job. Really happy being a part of a membership with it. I think it's fun. I mean, Joe will go out there and start, doing a little hibachi grill almost for us when we have our socials and they introduce. One of the last times they introduced a new product was when they introduced L'Appel du Ville. You know the French better than I do.
Oh, wait. Let me see. L'Appel de Vide? De Vide?
L'Appel de Vite. So you notice it's French, which boy, I can't wait to tick off another group of people by butchering their language.
I'll try to help you.
There you go. This is Saki. They use koji because that's what ferments it, but then they used, I guess because it's French, I'll go ahead and call it champagne yeast, but it is method de champagne. Champagne, quick sparkling wine. Champagne is a region. It is also a method, but only sparkling wines from Champagne can be really called champagne. The rest are usually sparkling wines done in the method of champagne. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually champagne yeast.
So, and this is actually the Call of the Void in French.
Oh, that's cool. So it's the Call of the Void in French, which is fun. When they introduced it, there's a fun thing they can do with champagne, which is called sabering. It is safe, but you take a saber and cop the top of it off, and it's still flat. You don't, because all the pressure that's underneath this. Oh, wow. Yeah, make sure to do this the right way.
Interesting.
Which is?
Well, I'm an Urban Dictionary, so take it for what you want. But Le Pas de Vide is the tiny voice that tells you to jerk the steering wheel just to the right and take a flying leap off the ledge. The inclination to walk right into the ocean and never return, to the call of the siren song.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe I will need a. You want to grab me a towel?
Do you want me to stop it?
No. Yeah, grab a towel. We'll have fun. I'll talk some more about this because this cork's really in there, which is awesome. Oh, yeah, I'll talk about the label. Because artwork on the label is done by Joe Duncan, which is really neat. The process is long and involved to actually do sake. It's up to 90 days. It is still brewed and fermented. Maybe. This is kind of funny now. Let's watch this guy try and pop the champagne cork.
Guess what?
We might have. Hey, edit.
Want me to stop it?
Stop it real quick. And we're back.
No, wait.
Oh, and we're back. It'd be fine. I like live. I mean, yes. They did a good job on that cork. Actually, I had to do a corkscrew to get it out. They did this event a little while back, so it might have just really expanded as time has gone on. the cork gets in there. Yeah. Don't. If you do champagne or sparkling water, don't shake it, then pop it, because you're going to miss out on a lot of wine. It seems silly. It looks and seems a lot of fun. Okay, if you won the national title, do what you want. But if you're just celebrating something, just do the right thing. Also, never take the cage off of any sparkling product without holding this right underneath it, because I speak from experience from a few days ago, it can pop on you, and if you have it pointed the wrong way, it would not be pleasant. So let's get back to the Call of the Void. So, unfortunately, I am very... Saki's... Oh, look. Oh, that's still... Oh, that's pretty. It's so carbonated, too. Nice.
Is this for me?
That's for you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's still got the bubbles in it. They added the champagne yeast, so it went through the secondary fermentation. Most of theirs are bottle fermented. So it will go through a secondary fermentation to keep that on there. Oh, nice color.
Pretty color.
Yes.
Very yummy.
I like that. Lemony. Citrus. It's probably the acidity and that adds the brightness to it. Oh, I cannot wait till tomorrow. So tomorrow morning oh, that would even be better. So a local restaurant group called BHG, they do Malones and Harry's and Drake's, came up with a wonderful cocktail using this for their version of Aperol Spritz, but the typical Saki, not the special Saki release. And Aperol Spritzes normally have something sparkling in it. So I think this, with the Aperol Spritz that we'll do tomorrow for brunch, will be amazing. I.e. tomorrow, Sunday. We will do a reel, although you're going to be seeing this later because this is recorded. I'm sorry it's not live anymore, but we'll do it then.
You'll get all the deets, don't
You'll
worry.
get all the deets, don't worry about it. You'll watch it and go, cool, that's cool. I can't wait to see that in a video, and I'll probably put video coming forward. But this is really tasty. So hats off to Justin, Brandon, and Joe, because sake's not as popular as it used to be in Japan. They're unfortunately suffering what we did in the 70s with the bourbon downturn, that the newest generation is looking at sake as something your grandparents drank. So it's just not as fashionable. And if I could find the right video, that is a huge part of the video on the sake making, that it's just harder to market versus bourbon, whiskey, scotch, that they're just a whole lot more popular with the new generation. So it's cool that we're doing it over here. Let you know this is 15% per volume. That is why we have small glasses. Fortunately, the guys at the Void kind of realized that they want people to hang around, but they want them to get them home safe. And after a couple of these, you're pretty much Ubering or lifting home. So they came up with a brilliant idea, which is Saki seltzers. Now, normally the mass-produced Saki seltzer craze I don't care for. When it's that mass-produced, the ingredients tend to be cheaper because you want to make a profit off of it. I trust those guys. I've seen how they brew. So I know their seltzers and everything they use and the ingredients they put in are terrific. For the moment, it is only at the brewery. It's changing. It won't be long before it's distributed. Right now, it will be in the Great Commonwealth of Kentucky. I'm sure eventually it will get beyond our borders. They are really tasty, though.
But you can get the cans at the brewery,
You can
right?
get the
That's
cans
the only place
at the
you can
brewery.
get the cans.
For the moment, the only place you can get the cans is the brewery. They're working on it. Don't think it will be wrong. In fact, if you guys, Brandon, Justin, Joe, you see this and want to correct me that by the time you see it, it's actually out and about, please put a link so other people can find it. They are tasty and really good. And that way you can have one of those and then have one of these and relax and enjoy and spend some time. Because it's a really fun environment. They have food trucks quite often over the weekends. It is limited hours to mainly weekends. It is a smaller operation for right now. When Tempin comes and they have that paired with it,
yes.
Silly good. Silly, like this. This is silly good.
I need to have them again.
Yes, they do need to have them again. So, and also they have collaborated on several rice beers. I know West Six did one, which was really tasty. Mirror Twin has Ice Ice Baby, which is really good.
Ethereal.
And Crispy Boy is just really good. Ethereal and Rockhouse. So, I gotta give it to them. That's a lot of credit. First of all, running a brewery is, you don't do it because you get rich, you do it because you really are passionate about it. To find another project, be passionate about it, be creative with it. Who would have thought of, coffee Nagori? I've had it. It's really good. Orange creamsicle Nagori. It's great. So they're willing to try and experiment and do fun flavors and keep people really interested in Saki here on the other side of the Pacific. So yay to them. I will get a link in the description to find them on Facebook and Insta. Always look for new things and try and explore. Take their example and go out there and find something you're passionate about. And if you can do it, knock yourself out. It'd be great. So I'm James Wolverton. If you like what I put up, hit that like and subscribe. Got to keep the YouTube algorithm happy, please. Any comments, suggestions, help with the pronunciations, that would be greatly appreciated. We will see you in a couple weeks. Now we're going to get to something dark and scary, and Halloween's coming up, so we might as well. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Remember, if you're going to drink something 15%, Uber or Lyft, be responsible, drink craft, and take care out there.